Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Court is in session as we discuss Reasonable Doubt, Season 2, Episode 8. The defense is putting on their case for Chanel, and the prosecution is making a couple of good jabs at Sally and stuff. We're going to get into all of that. But again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video, comment on the video, share the video, watch the video till the end. We got a lot of things to say. Why is there a piece of shit with a big finger behind me? We're going to get into that too. Or we're going to get into, I fucking hate Lewis, but if you haven't figured it out by now. But we're going to get into that real bad this episode. But anyway, sit back, enjoy the intro, and we're going to start this show. All right, let's do it. Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is going to be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Yes, we are starting the defense. Corey and Jax are out there continuing to defend Chanel. We have some ups, we have some downs. So we'll talk about all of that. Positives, I positive for myself for this episode. Does anyone have a positive they would like to share?
I have one.
All right. What you got, Kim?
I have two actually. I'm happy that the third girlfriend, I don't even know her name. That's
Autumn.
a shame.
Autumn.
Huh? Autumn. Finally went to go see her girl. I was like, so you're gonna wait until they convict her to go see her? Like, when are you gonna go see your girl? I'm like,
wait, that's a positive. What? It's supposed to be a positive?
That's a positive. I'm like, you finally went to go see her. Yay. Right? That's a positive. And then I'm also, let's see, the other positive is that no matter how I guess other people's opinions are, I'm glad that they're showing that Black love can survive. Like, you don't have to always get a divorce. I'm sorry. We don't see that on TV enough. We are always divorced or separated, or we didn't get married in the first damn place and we just got a bunch of kids. So I'm happy to see that they're at least putting Black marriage on the map. It's actually being shown. Doesn't mean that it's good marriage, because I mean, marriage is hard. It's not easy. So if you know a perfect marriage, more power to those people. But marriages work. So that's a positive for me.
All right, Autumn. That is her name. I just want to make sure I got her name right. Her friend was named Autumn. Jamani, positives.
I guess, when you go white, you don't stay white. She went back to Black, so that was I guess, Black love, I guess.
Oh, you talking about her mama?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know what the. Okay, I got you.
And I was glad that after school special was consolidated into a single scene. It didn't go out throughout the whole episode. He said no to drugs, like Nancy Reagan said, and she still loved them for it, and that was that.
To the point that you want to bring this up, that's just the beginning, because now Mama found the vape, and that's going to be the next episode. So this is actually not over. But that's going to be the story, though. I said no, Mom. Why are you treating me like this? More bullshit. But it's not over. It's not over. But I see you. I see you for trying to acknowledge these silly kids and how they're using them. Kim.
Wait. What's up? I just want to say I did like everything that Terrence said. This show has used every derivative of my name, and it becomes very annoying to watch. Like, Joe Marion is very close to my name. JT is what a lot of people call me, and then Terrence is what the T stands for. So it's just like every time somebody says, yeah. So every time somebody says something, huh?
Why am I just finding this out?
I don't know. But yeah,
I never asked him what his full name was.
Why do I have to? Darn it! Like, you should look, man. We're gonna get into what relationships are. Like, look, I'm tired of all these secrets. All right, okay. So, I'm happy we're learning stuff about you, Terrence.
Yeah,
James,
but
you will apparently.
Yeah. So I liked everything that Terrence had to say to Jax. That, like, I wouldn't change anything in that dialogue. I thought he was what we were saying last week about it's not a side baby, it's a break baby, and all, like, it was perfect.
We're gonna get into all of this. I hear all of you.
I like that part too, Jamani.
Well, we're gonna get to both sides of a story. I will say for that particular conversation. Autumn, to Kim, to your point, I was what girl? I'm here once again. Chanel is on trial for her life. She is currently in prison where her prison mate killed herself. We're supposed to care, I guess, and she has to once again assure her free friend that it's okay, girl. I'm here for you, and I know you're here for me. What? You look down on me? No, we would never do that. Yes, you did, bitches. Autumn and Jax shitted on Chanel last season. Shitted on her, all right? And they're trying to act like that didn't happen. It did happen. They looked down on her because that version of Chanel used her high-class football player husband, to act like she was better than her friends. They absolutely did. And it takes her till episode 8 to make an effort. She spent more time running with Jax than she did going to see her friend. What? But I'm here for you, girl. Adrian showed up first and proposed to her.
You're gonna bring that up? That is such a negative, because I'm like, when we saw Power,
best friend did.
When we saw Power, right? Tommy couldn't even go and see his father, right? He comes in there and says, I got a PO. I'm on papers for the next 5 years, but yet I can go and visit you in jail. This is not realistic.
Wait. I love the fact that she's like, I thought you'd be behind bars. And he's like, yeah, girl's crazy. I got to deal with the FBI. No, Jax. Hey, your lawyer? She's the reason I went home. Like, she took care of me, and I didn't have to pay her. I just kidnapped her and put a gun to her head. Put a gun to her head, and she will get you a good deal. I mean, one of us is behind bars, and one of us is not. So, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it was that was kind of irritating to me, but it was weird. He was like, yeah, just magic. I got this, but at least he can't. Autumn trash, bro. Her friend circle is trash. I knew Sally had something to do. Yeah, we've been saying this for a little bit with JT's murder. She didn't do it. She knows who did it.
It's that oldest child.
You think so? Natasha's her name. Natasha
That's
did
what
it,
I think. I think it's her. Just based on the way that she said it. Like when Chanel was saying it. Because to be honest with you, I don't understand why they just didn't say that in the first place. Because the child's not going to go to jail. The child was like protecting her mom.
No, but I think that's stupid, because you would want to flee with said child. So that just shows how much of a shitty parent Chanel is, because she left the child.
So thank you for that, Jamani. So this goes to Lucy. I want to give props to Lucy's cross-examination of Sally, because she hit a lot of great points and somehow still missed the most important point to me, right? So she got her on Adrian. She was like, so your cousin / sister who tells no lies didn't tell you that she was fucking around on her husband with the mentee? Adrian, you didn't know anything about that? No, I didn't know anything about that. Okay. And then, I'm sorry. So she has no money whatsoever, right? Yeah. So all the stuff she sold to make money was hers? Yes. No, it wasn't. She sold the jerseys. Oh yeah, that's right. We sold the jerseys too. So you're lying again on the stand. Yes. Then Sally says it's the kids. Chanel does everything for her kids. It's all about her kids. So where are the kids right now? With you, right? So you knew that Chanel's plan was to leave the country with her lover and $30 million and leave you with a bail payment, which she still hasn't made, and her kids. You knew that, right? Because she loves her kids so much. Like, why have we not heard this in court? This woman killed her husband, made money off him by selling his stuff, then was going to leave their kids with her cousin.
One t-shirt. God,
she sold more than one t-shirt. She sold She sold this. They only showed one thing in the court. Her and Adrian was selling all his shit. Like the shoes were also up there. That was just an example. They were going through his stuff quite a bit. So killed this man, sold his stuff, was about put that aside. She was going to leave the country with $30 million and a lover, right?
But
Leaving
they
her
already
kids.
proved that she didn't know about the 30 million.
That's also bullshit because she did know about the money, because the only reason she was with Adrian, Adrian needed her to get the money. That's not true. They spent a whole lot of time talking about what she didn't know, and maybe she had access to the money, which is why Adrian was with her in the first place. That's not true.
She had access to the money, but she did not know about it. That's not the same thing. Access and knowing is two different things.
So you telling me they said
I could have $30 million right now, right? And my kids not know I have $30 million, but do they have access to it? Absolutely, because I'm going to make sure that I write in my will my kids need access to that money.
Jamani, did she not have access?
And they showed that that someone else signed the paperwork. She did not sign that paperwork. They showed it.
They showed she did not steal the money, but in the end, when she was one south, she had access to the money.
She had access, but she didn't know. It's two different things. Access and knowing are two.
If you can access it, it doesn't matter if you stole the money. If you have access to it, you have the fucking money. Like, it doesn't matter.
If you don't know, access to the money does not mean that you can take the money.
What does access mean?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. She didn't know that the money was there. So just because she had access doesn't mean that she knew that she. See, now you're confusing me. She did not have access to it, but she didn't know it was there.
Jamani,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Jamani wants what's up, Jamani?
All right. I can break all of everything that you said down. I'll get to Kim's point first. You can easily have access to something and not have knowledge of it, because people can do forgeries. I can open up, if I have your social security number and all that type of stuff, I can open up a bank account in your name. You have access to it because you have your ID, but you don't know that I've opened it up.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
So she had no clue. You're saying that they're wrong.
That's what they're saying. All right.
That's not what I asked you. In the episode and where this came up, when she was running to Mexico, both of you are going to sit here and say that she had no clue $30 million in the bank when she got to Mexico.
I'm sorry. I don't like. I watch the episodes. We do the reviews. Like Disney. This show isn't one of those shows like I go back rewatch and
well, I'm going to tell you
in my head. Well, I'll concede whatever you're going to say if you believe that.
All right. So all right, guys, in the chats. I didn't say this episode because, again, they're writing this stuff as they go along, and we've already pointed out plot holes in this bullshit defense. Did she not know about the money when they were running to Mexico? Was the plan not you and I and $30 million are going to Mexico? Can we agree she was going to go to Mexico with Adrian, though? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
And that was not brought up in court. We can agree on that. That for some reason, they still have not established, for some reason, that as much as you love your kids, you were going to leave your children with your cousin and run off with your lover. That was the plan.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm saying Lucy should have established that. Like, Lucy should have been like, because they keep on playing this narrative that she was the loving mother and everything was about the kids. And no, actually, you were going to leave after murdering your husband. You were going to leave those kids, and you were going to leave Sally on the stand. Did you know you were going to be stuck with this bail? Did you know that your house is that? Did you know that when you put that up that she was going to leave the country? I mean, it's like that would have shattered her, and this was not established.
What bothered me, like, I know that you're giving praise to Lucy's cross examination, right? But that's TV magic, right? Because I watched it, and Corey's questioning her, and you took these pictures of her bruises, and she says, yes, I took these pictures right after JT or Jamarion did it.
That's not what she said.
And the questioning just kept going. And I was just like, no, objection, because she did it on cross-examination, but you object right away and say, were you there to witness this? How do you know firsthand? No, she told me. That's hearsay. Strike that from the record or what? Like, you can't bring it in from Chanel telling you that's what she said. Were you there? Did you see it? No. So how do you know she got those bruises from her? She did it everything on cross-examination where you would do the objection while the questioning is actually happening. It was just like I couldn't necessarily give kudos to Lucy's cross-examination.
I do. She to your point, she made it clear this is hearsay. She did say that. So you don't know those bruises came from her. No, I don't. My cousin wouldn't lie. But she did lie about Adrian, though, because she didn't tell you. So she actually did establish, one, she established that, let's get this straight. So you called the cops after he yelled at her and threw a glass. Yes. But he didn't hit her. No. And you didn't see him hit her. No. Then she calls you and says, I have bruises on me. Come take some photos. Yes. But you didn't see him actually make the bruises. No. So you don't know, again, you don't know if any of this happened. But she should have asked, why didn't one of you call the police then? If you see bruises, enough that you can take photos, and this is evidence, and what effort did either one of you make to call the cops then? We didn't. Why not? Like, why
did any of the bruises need medical care? Did you go to a hospital?
Thank you.
Care? Like,
thank you.
When the glass shattered, did she step on the glass? Did the glass shatter and hit her? No. So anybody can throw a glass at any time. That's not a crime. So
that's not a crime.
Would there be a police report?
So again, it's like, again, how about we establish that Chanel's lawyer and you are all friends, correct? Yes. So what did the lawyer do to help out with this? How is it you're the only one that knows anything about this abuse? And the only evidence we have are these photos, which you don't even know how the bruises got there. You have no one else to be like, because that's what they're doing right now. Who can prove the abuse? Who can prove the abuse? Like where is that at?
And there should have been the actual human questions of, this is your cousin, right? You love your cousin. You do anything for your cousin.
Right.
You even lie for your cousin, correct?
Yes.
You've covered for your cousin in the past with things, right? So are you doing that right now? These are just simple lawyer questions that you would ask.
Yes, on any basic show. Hey, the cousin incriminated herself on the stand when the prosecutor triggered her. She didn't actually. The only thing she did was she perjured herself when she talked about that she didn't sell his stuff when actually she did. All she said was, "I hoped he died and burned in hell." That's not an admission to anything.
That's not perjury.
That's
impeachment, because she cleared it up before she got off the stand. If it was left that way and she got off the stand, then that's perjury. But it was cleared up.
All right. She didn't make a false statement. Can we say that?
Yeah. That's not a legal term. Yeah, all right.
So I'm saying, but again, I wouldn't say she incriminated, but saying to this point in episode 5, Jax figured out that someone else likely killed JT, and she still has made no effort to confirm who that is. If she's like, no, my client really didn't do this shit, then we need to be like, well, who actually did it? Like, so maybe we can tell our client we need to go a different direction. You didn't do this, and that has to got brought up.
You can't do that. That's why, like, you look at like a George Zimmerman. He didn't want to claim self-defense. He went on like the kind of stand your ground, because if you say self-defense, you have to actually prove stuff, and that's not something that you can change or go an about face on after you've chosen that as a legal strategy, because you've
already established it.
That you have done it. And the only way to get out of that is for the client to basically revoke their Fifth Amendment right and to take the stand.
I thought she did a good job. But talk about your background, Jamani, because we also joked about that. The DA and the defense attorney meet at a PTA meeting. Hilarious.
Yeah, I'm like, why would not? I know you saw the lady that was running the thing or whatever. She walks by and they give her a nasty look or whatever about the whole gluten-free thing or whatever. But this should have been a paparazzi or something that caught this picture. She's laughing with the DA. Why is this not on the cover of every rag or tabloid
social media feed?
Yeah, because I'm like, this is a high profile case. This isn't just a regular client. This is high profile. You're going to be seen laughing, getting a smoke in the park with opposing counsel in the middle of the trial.
That is crazy. Like, and this is not even brought up. Anyway, okay. So things to be reviewed. We'll do this. Let's get to comments. Wait a minute. Jax confronting, because I do want to talk about this because this actually irritated the fuck out of me though. The way Jax confronted Tony about the baby, you would think she's the father. So we'll start with Kim. What do you think about overall Jax's approach to Tony?
Yeah, I mean, she's got a little hostility, which is normal. But she did handle it pretty well, I think, because they could have had like an argument. They could have been yelling and screaming at each other. They could have handled it immaturely, but they didn't. But Jax's personality is authoritative anyway. She's like so the way that she talked to her is Jax. That's just it's like and also too, Lewis is a wuss. So therefore, he needs Jack's mouth in order to stand up for himself. Because even when Lewis went to the house and was talking to the midwife or whatever she was called herself, the Abdullah or whatever, and Tony was like, well, I want to do this with it, and I want to have a baby in the house, and I want to do. It's like, sweetheart, that's not just your child. It is his child too. So you telling him if he don't like it, he can step. No, because guess what? He can take you to court and be like, I'm against home birth. I'm against all of these things that she thinks she can just go ahead and do. He could take her to court if he wanted to and stop her from doing all of it if he wanted to. That's the problem with not showing that dads have rights just like moms do. That's a problem.
I disagree on that.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let Kim finish. So
I think that dads they do have the right to say what they don't like about what you're doing with their child. It's just like when the baby's born, if you take the baby to like a holistic pediatrician, but the father wants you to take it to like a family pediatrician, that should be a discussion. It's not like because it's the mom, that's what's going to happen. But most men will go along with it because they just want to, okay, all right, we'll go to that one. We'll do that. So they don't want to make waves, right? But men have rights just like moms do too. So Tony talking to him sideways was, you know, like, who are you talking to, bitch? Like, what are you saying? Like acting like I don't have any right to say what I feel about what you're doing. And then Jax, like Jax jumping in because this baby is going to affect Jax's life, just like it's going to affect Lewis's life. And like I said, Lewis is a wimp. So yeah, sometimes she talks for her husband. Now, I'm not saying it's appropriate. I'm not saying it's not appropriate, but Lewis is a wuss. So he needs a stronger person to stand up for him and his rights. So that's the way I saw it.
All right, Jamani, what you got?
I told you guys from, was it episode 2 or very early on in the season about anecdotally, if you have a person who is a lawyer, that side is going to be the winning side, and that seems like what it's going to be. But as far as like, you know, Lewis doesn't have any rights, especially in the state of California before the child is born. Like, you know, a woman has a right to their body and their right to choose and all that type of stuff. So as long as it's in her body, the woman has legal right and precedent, especially being to the fact that she's already said a medical history if she went to the hospital with a blood clot. Like, I really don't see any lawyer, even if Lewis has Jax, that can compel her to have the baby in a hospital. Like that, she would more or less have her choice about what happens with the baby until the baby is.
So now you know California law too. I'm just asking because I'm just saying every state has different laws, and I'm just saying I have children, and I had children in Maryland and DC, and I'm just saying dads do have rights, and I know a lot of people who have gone through divorces, who have gone through just being, you know, they had babies together and all these different things, and dads do go to court to fight for their rights. And
pre-birth or after
birth? A lot of times they win.
I'm saying pre-birth. Are you talking about
her body that doesn't, when the baby is being, it's about the best interest of the child. So if the court can, if the judge is like, she wants to have the baby in the backyard in a pool, and there's only this one person there, the judge could be like, no, we need to have a doctor or at least a nurse right there. And that
are you
advocate for the father.
I'm saying these cases that you're talking about, all this stuff happened pre-birth, like with the father.
Yeah, that yes, I've known people who before the baby was born, dads wanna. I mean, moms are saying what they gonna do, what they not gonna do, and you ain't gotta be there. It's like, okay, all right, and yeah, women always believe that.
I'm saying New York and California are the most pretty much liberal states in the U.S. as far as women's rights. So that's why I say I all the other states is kind of up in the air state to state, but California and New York, I would dare to say that the woman almost has complete autonomy over what's going to happen, especially as I said, because she said she had blood clots when she went to the hospital before, which would give the judge.
Well, the baby's gonna die. I mean, it's gonna pass away.
She's probably having a miscarriage anyway.
Yeah.
But okay. Overall, I do feel like Lewis mishandled the situation, the whole situation. I feel like he ambushed her again. I told you I didn't like the idea when he came to the school and told Tony, "You're getting in the car and we're going to do this paternity test." I felt like he ambushed her again at the house because he said, "Hey, I want to come over to talk about the baby," and then Jax pops up.
Not even tell her. He should have told her Jax was coming.
He ganged up on her, and he's an asshole. Then even with this whole "I want to be in the baby's life" shit, he's an asshole because to your point, Kim, for her to be like, "I've already decided it's gonna be a homebirth. I've decided," and then give him an opportunity to have some input into that, right? But what she said was, she said, "I need you here." The midwife said, "I need you." She needs you here night and day. And his response was, "I gotta go talk to Jax. I mean, I know I talked to you and everything, but I gotta go talk to my wife." And she was like, "If you can't be in this baby's life, then you can go. If you cannot commit to being this baby," when he got home, when his bitch ass got home, it was, "She's trying to take the baby from me. She's trying to take the baby from me." I was like, what? And then Jax is like, "Don't worry about the baby. I got you." Fuck you, Jax. Like, your man lied to you. He misrepresented the situation so he can be the victim. And
so he was the victim because he said, "Well, maybe I feel like maybe I shouldn't be in the kid's life anymore."
No, that's bullshit. He didn't want to be. He wanted the baby. One, he said, "I hope which he did not apologize for. I would just wish his baby went away." It just make it easier. And I thought in the morning after he sobered up, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. What the fuck did I just say?" But Jax is like, "I'm gonna confront her again. I'm gonna go to the school and be like, 'Look here, bitch. Let me remind you who I am.'" What the fuck are you doing right now? You know who you are? Like, you're the woman who sucked your man's dick after he said, "I cheated on you." I'm sorry, "I had sex with another woman." Did she do it like this? Yes, she did. How'd you fuck her? Like, that's who you are, Jax. Like don't like this whole like it irritated me that she focused and then she was insecure when she was like, "I'm having a boy," and Jax was like, "I had a boy. I had a boy too." And it was hard. I was like, "What the fuck are we doing?" And she's like, "Hey, you got 2 baby daddies." I'm like, Jax, again, you putting your anger on the wrong person. It's Lewis. Lewis is the reason why you're sitting in this woman's house. Lewis is the reason why you're about to have a stepson. That's Lewis's fault. Like, she's taking her anger out on Tony, and I thought it was unnecessary and made her look insecure. And I'm like, and I was like, ugh, I was so mad. I was like, none of this is okay. I was
They always do that. But when you find out someone that your man is having an affair, you beat up the woman. And I'm like, why are you beating her up? Your husband is in a relationship with you. Well, I'm sorry, a marriage with you, not even a marriage with you. So why are you beating up the other girl? Like the other, how do you even know that the girl knew that the guy was married? Like, did you ask her? Did you say to her? Did my husband tell you he was married? No.
But what you talking about? She like, "You smiled and grinned in my face and against Chanel's face, and now you fucking our husbands." But as Terrence pointed out, y'all were on the break, which is what he told her at the party to be like, "Hey, we both doing our own thing." And she's like, "Well, you can do this thing." But also, neither one of these bullshit parents will even remember the baby when they go to counseling, and the counselor's like, "So, how are y'all doing?" "Oh, we're fucking." okay, so how y'all doing? Well, we got our jobs, and oh yeah, my brother's in town, and it took the counselor to go, hey, he's having a baby, right? Oh, that's right. Are you gonna tell your kids? Oh, yeah. No, we're not actually. So like, I'm like, he had to remind them, and they still haven't done it. Like, this is irritating. Y'all.
Wait, they still haven't done what? Sorry.
They have not told the kids that they're about to have a little brother.
Okay.
And when you see Jax and Tony with Hattie and Naima, this is where this situation should come through, because this is what we were talking about like last episode. Like, by now, Naima should be getting slaughtered on social media by now. Her mom was on TV like days, if not weeks ago, being called a hoe by Jax. She's seen the woman who slut shamed her mother on TV, probably. And somehow this is not conversation. Like, hey, like, your mama is doing this to me. Like, I'm getting, look, my comments, since social media is a thing. Look, people are making, mama, who is your baby? You don't even know who your baby daddy is? Oh, I do know. It's your friend's daddy. Like, this should be a conversation by now. Far better than this whole I vape bullshit. Like what? And t-shirts. Oh my God, my teenage daughter showing her belly. That's what we need to do right now. What the fuck? Like, we got much bigger issues to be dealing with these kids. To me, like, I don't need after school specials, as Jamani points out. She knew about the money, but she didn't have access to it. We gotta look into that. That was part of the conversation. Anyway, but she knew, so that's different. Anyway, but it was funny when Jax and Lacey went outside to smoke, and the other one was looking disgusted. I'm happy it turned into a smoking issue and not a racial issue, because I just knew if it wasn't for Lucy being there, I just knew they're gonna be like, Jack shows up with some Afrocentric food or whatever the fuck, and the white woman's gonna be like, we don't eat black-eyed peas and collard greens, and she's gonna be like, you racist bitch. I thought they were gonna go that route, but they didn't. They went the whole, we're working women and we have to bring the same desserts or some silly shit, and then they go out there and have a pack of cigarettes together. I was like, okay. Also, they go to the same school. What? So she's gonna kill her ex-husband, right? We all agree Lucy's gonna kill this man. Like, that's
I don't know about that, but I don't understand how the hell this guy has gotten custody. Like, what it does it?
What?
I thought it was domestic violence. Now it's not. He had a gun, and it was a robbery or something like that.
DUI,
a DUI, and a gun, and he's in prison in a total other state. She's here now, and she has to prove that she has this job. I'm like, what is her backstory? That, yeah, you know, if you stay, you have to keep this steady job. Like, she's right out of rehab or something.
Again, to your point, Jamani, why is this even in the story? Like, how is this relevant to absolutely anything? But I guess we're trying to say that he did abuse her, but unfortunately, like a lot of women, like, she didn't file it, like she didn't claim it. Like the lawyer said, if you would have filed the paperwork and told the truth, then maybe you wouldn't be in this situation. Like, maybe we could have used that. So like, and like she said, I told our son that this monster is his hero and some other stuff, and I'm like, I guess so I'm assuming that's where they're going with this. Yeah, that random Karen watching them smoking was unnecessary, but I don't know about Karen. But why hasn't anyone spoken to the kids, especially JT's daughter, Natasha, the oldest daughter? I think the daughter killed him, and Sally came and picked them up before Chanel called 911. Again, the 2 missing hours have not been addressed by either side of this trial. You have to account for these 2 hours. What the fuck happened? And the fact that we said Chanel did it, but again, this early in the thing, if they brought this up, then likely, like you said, it has to be something else. But Chanel definitely helped. I mean, in the process, somewhere in the cleanup.
She helped to cover it up. Yeah.
Is she still married? Why is that? Does she still have a home? Why is that? Like we need to get into this whole bail situation. We still haven't brought up. Alcohol is a truth serum. I mean, to your point, Mark, I'm just saying we need to acknowledge this man was like, yeah, this baby needs to go. Also, once again, Lewis is a piece of shit. Once again, he does nothing And I mean nothing for these kids. They get up in the morning after fucking. Again, why are we watching this? But he gives her the dick, and all of a sudden she's walking into work like I've nutted, and
She's
my
on
life is
cloud
great.
nine. Cloud nine.
What is what? But
That was
anyway,
some good
she
fitness, I'll
said,
tell you that.
do the kids even need us anymore? Because they have that much hands-off parenting.
no.
Doing it.
Lewis is like, fuck these kids, because Naima needs to go somewhere, and not once is he like, hey, I'll take you to school and then I'll go to work. He gives zero fucks. I'm sorry, baby, I gotta go to work. So you work this out or let grandma work this out, but I gotta go.
But if you work it out on your own, you're on punishment.
She's the one that goes to the PTA meeting and has the ironic conversation about how I see all these women here. Yeah, dads just don't do very much. By the way, where's your husband, Jax? Oh, he ain't here because he's a husband, and that's my job. I'm just trying a national case, and my friend may go to jail for the rest of her life. But my husband's launching a video game, so he's far too busy to take care of his fucking kids. I'm like, what? She has to go pick up her daughter from grandma's house because Lewis is too busy doing what? Fuck Lewis. Fuck Lewis. Like, he's terrible to his own kids, and then Tony thinks he's gonna be there day and night for his random bastard kid. That's not happening. That's not happening. Like, even the confrontation at the school between Jax and Tony, that happened because Jax is the one picking up the kids. Because where's Lewis? Huh? He's at work. Because fuck them kids. He's like, I got a video game, baby. You handle this, but I'm here for you, baby. I'm made to love you, and I'm made to love these kids, but not really. I gotta go. My brother's here. I was like, niggas are gonna nig. That's a line that some black person wrote. And then the black person said, niggas. Yeah, and I hate this show. I'm just joining this, so it may have already been said, but the killer is definitely Natasha. Yes, we're moving on to Natasha.
Yeah, that's what I think it is too.
Because bad writing. Like, you think the kids would be like running around Sally's house and how's mama doing? Is mom gonna be okay? And something. I think that's why they've introduced Candy's character, Ebony, as in this episode. I'm glad she's not a sex therapist. I'm very happy that I'm seeing Candy, and she has nothing. Every time we've seen her on All Black or something, she's butt naked. She got a dildo in her hand. She loves women. The shy. She's sucking on a woman something. A la carte. She's sucking on a woman something. This is consistent. Every time Candy shows up, she has to show that she likes a little women in her life.
Okay.
Please don't let that be this bullshit.
She sees Crystal, and then
hold up. Hey,
you wanted to know why did they bring in her sexuality? Why was it a part of a storyline?
Yo, Crystal cheats on her wife that we haven't seen, or gets a name for, with Candy. I love it. I love it, Jemani. Let's see where this goes. Let's see. Fuck them kids. I think they actually said that in this episode.
Yeah, they said that.
That's
they
what I
always say that though. They say it all the time.
I'm just like,
they always say fuck them kids. It's funny. Like, it's funny. They always say it.
Terrible. They're both terrible people, just in different ways. But so to Terrence's speech of "you're dangerous and you hurt my brother," once again, it was Lewis who left Jax because Jax had a job, and that's not what he wanted. A wife working, and she's like, no. He left her to take care of those kids and work full time, and somehow she's the problem. She has to show that she's stable.
All right, wait. Let me get in here real quick.
Get in.
How is it that Lewis? This is why I'm like, we don't need a prequel, but I would have liked to have seen what happened immediately before the first season started for him to leave and all that, because he had enough money, enough thought and everything. I'm going to get you a bodyguard, right?
Yep.
But I can't get childcare now. So I'm like, this just seems off balance.
One, they are the child care. They're called parents. Fuck, like what? Lewis does nothing for those fucking kids. If he actually hired a au pair to take care of his kids, he would be a somehow bigger piece of shit to me. Because that means that's like the little time. And once again, she
But
has
these are not little kids. Well, I would say the daughter's a preteen.
no, they're teens.
And she's a teen, right?
Yeah.
And I don't understand. Maybe I'm a horrible mother because when my kids were like their age, they were in the house. I'm at work, damn it, and I sometimes do overtime. So I was like, look, the older brother, feed your brother, but Kim, make sure he doesn't kill himself.
But Kim, I would imagine you didn't have a husband there who's like, I love you and these kids, and I'm here to work with you, unless he was also working too. But again, these are people who are pretty well off.
Even okay, well, let me just use an example of my family members who have husbands and had kids who were teenagers. The husband's working, the mama's working, they teenagers, and my oldest niece would take care of her brothers while her parents
until they got home.
Until they got home. Period. I don't understand why these teenagers need their handheld every 10 seconds. Now, I will say that teenagers do have their own lives, and you do have to kind of conform your working time because they have like football or basketball, whatever it is, the activity outside of school, right?
Yeah.
So you have to work through that, right? So you have to see if you can get another parent to pick up your kid maybe sometimes, or you have to negotiate between the parents who's going to pick up the kids, that kind of thing. To me, they just make it seem like these kids are 5 and 6 years old.
But I do want to get in here and I guess give some nice kudos to the blacks, right? Because
the blacks, did your skin just turn?
What the fuck? Come on, Giovanni. What you got?
Lewis, right? And all of what we're saying about him, it was the white dad who said, I'm going out. I'm leaving a whole group of kids that can have an orgy, a drug party, whatever, to themselves. As we're
that's not uncommon though.
I mean, but I'm saying the white guy was the most irresponsible out of everybody in the show. So
again, I will chalk that up to just gender, that fathers in general are probably just not as good parents as mothers are. I disagree. At least he was there. Again, Lewis dropped that kid. Also, what happened to Hamilton? Forget all that. What happened to Hamilton? What happened to Spencer going out for Hamilton and being I
thought the breakdancing thing he was doing was a part of Hamilton or something.
No, right? No, it's a showcase. I'm like, what happened to Hamilton? Like, these storylines that were unnecessary are still not even developed. Did he meet her during the audition? Is he playing Hamilton and she's playing his wife? Like, tie this stupid shit together at least, so I understand why I'm still watching it. Like, it doesn't make it. But to your point, latchkey kids. I mean, I know what it's like.
Yeah, that blatant truth. I'm sorry, my kids were latchkey kids.
Right,
keys around their necks. Yes,
I had to take care of myself. My mom, no, she didn't even do that. My godfather took me to school, and my friend dad took me home because my mom was working. Like, I mean, but again, that's a single mother with a child that she had to get from point A to point B. All right, so I'm like, and we took care of it. But to your point, these are teenagers. They shouldn't be acting like they're toddlers. But that being said, Naima just got to sit in the front seat. I don't even get that. And she got her period. I don't know how periods work. I'm assuming she has to be close to a teenager for that. I don't know. But I'm like,
between 12 and 13.
Right. So we should be in the double digits, like at this point. So this whole, oh my God.
14 maybe. Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, but it is ridiculous that they're treating these people like they're 7, like they're not Yaz. But I'm like, but I'm saying, like, Lewis needs to be more present. And he once again has to be patted on the back like a baby bitch when he's like, please forgive me, mama. I mean, Jax, please rub me and tell me it's okay that I fucked another woman and got her pregnant and you have to see her at PTA meetings. Please tell me it's okay. And she's like, it's okay, baby. Shh, it's all right. I'm here for you. I'm going to stay with you. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing right now? And she's like, oh, David, I'm sorry. She was like, hey, I want to know if I made the right decision. No, you didn't. Let me help you out. No, you didn't. Leave that fucker. Okay, because I mean, like, he's not the one, Jax. He ain't the one. All right. And this man, let's remember, y'all, this man had his post-baby second baby wife getting finger banged by another man to get his dick hard. That happened last week. Like we watched that last week. Like that's Lewis. Lewis is the man that turned his wife out to make himself feel better.
And also he admitted that he did not use a condom with Tony because she said she can't get pregnant. He wasn't thinking, oh, let me use a condom so I can protect myself from an STD so I don't give it and pass it on to my lovely wife. No, it's just because she said she can't get pregnant.
No, but nor Jax said anything about getting tested for STDs. Like it was just, let's get back into having sex again. I'm like, they can test for the paternity, but not test for any diseases or viruses.
Oh, real quick. Back to thank you for bringing this up. When Tony was on the stand to go against her credibility, Jax made a very good point of establishing you don't even know who the father is at this point, correct? Yes. Why did you ask, therefore, the victim for abortion money? And where did that money go? What did you do with the money? So, like, this maybe goes to child court.
Can't you do that? Wouldn't that be hearsay, Jemani? He can't ask that.
No, what would be the hearsay part of it? She's not asking somebody else said.
Well, I mean, how does Jax know that that's what happened? Because Chanel told her that, right? Or because it was told to Jax. So isn't that hearsay? I mean, it wasn't.
No, she's asking the person head on. She's not asking. She's not asking Tony about something somebody else said to her. It doesn't matter where you get the information from. Like if you're a lawyer, you get information from your investigators, from reports, documents, and then you ask the person the questions head on. Did you do this? Did you do that?
And you paint the hole that they're trying to make, but also like woman, like you're trying to get the money. Where's the money going? And also for her own situation, right? So at some point she will be asking Lewis for child support, right? Like, can we trust that you're putting this money towards the kids? Lewis should, at this point, I'm tired of seeing Jax confront Tony. I want to see Lewis get confronted by the first baby daddy of the two kids that Tony has. The last season, she had two kids. I think they wrote off one, and all they have is Hattie. But it would be nice if both fathers showed up to pick up their kids. Oh my God. And then they have a conversation. So we know this man exists, especially for Jax to be like, oh, you got two baby daddies now. Well, we only see one. So where's this other one? Just to break the monotony of and we're going to keep on going down this road. And then we've decided we're going to be in this child's life. That's an option? Like, that's an option to be like, yeah, I made a child, but now I'm good. Just call me when and then he only plans to take care of the kid financially until they're 18 in college. What kind of fucking parent is this? Like, Jack should be thinking this logically. If she divorces Lewis, is that how he's going to treat his own kids? That he counts? Look, I'm paying for you.
No, wait. If she divorces, as long as she's married to Lewis, right? Their marital assets are together. So the child support is based on both of their incomes.
Oh, wait a minute. So he'll have to pay the difference of both of their incomes?
No, yeah, basically, because it's one unified household income. And that's what the courts will see it as.
But
so I think if they get a lot of money for that baby, let's just say that every month she's going to get a lot of money because Jackson's money is going to be in the mix too.
But also,
Jackson's paying child support also.
Actually, would it be good if he divorces her and asks her for child support because she makes more money than he does? I would like to see that actually.
That happens. Men do that all the time. It happens.
I'm saying like Halle Berry, she got fucked over, but I'm saying it would be interesting if he's like, hey, well now that you're trying to leave me, I want to take care of my kids because I left you because you were too hardworking and you weren't taking care of the kids, and then that would be interesting to kind of bounce that around. Shouldn't we be seeing the sons rehearsing for the play, then breakdancing for a pat on the head? Exactly. She shouldn't have asked Lewis for anything because she didn't care of who if he was the father or not. Yeah, that's not how that. I hear you, but that's not how that works. And it's not that she didn't care. She was more like what happened almost anyway. You don't want this baby. I'm gonna take care of it myself. And
But
then
he no. She didn't even give him that chance. She was not going to tell him
eh,
anything. So
eh.
no, let's not make it seem like Tony is out here and nobody cared about her baby. Lewis actually cares that she's having his baby. Okay. And Tony was like, I don't give a fuck whether you care or not. I already got money from JT. I'm gonna just go ahead and do me and have the baby. She didn't care until Lewis was like, no, I want to know if this is my baby, and if it's mine, I'll take care of it. So no, Tony was being trifling.
All right, they both had equal triflingness.
I would say Tony was more trifling, because why wouldn't you want to know who the hell the baby's father is?
Yeah, that was messed up. She picked the one that probably had more money.
She knows who Lewis is, like the same person we talk about him from week to week being. Yeah. It's not. She's not gonna. It's not gonna be about him being the father. It's gonna be about him being the puppet for Jax. Being the father, more or less, because everything is. He has to check in with Jax. Jax says this. Jax says that. So that's all he's gonna be as.
But that doesn't mean that you're not supposed to tell a father that he's having a child. That is wrong. You're wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah, and again, JT still being alive, she chose the one with the most money.
She did. That's what she did.
She was like, well, and again, so again, to her, what does she do for a living? You know what I'm saying? Like, we only established, does she have a job? Is she just a housewife? Because she got one right now, at least one baby daddy paying for the 2 kids. None of this has been flushed out to be like, so does she need Lewis for the money? Or is she like, hey, we're all like, he's gonna be my quasi, just baby daddy, but he'll be in my life. I don't know. I checked that Tony did not cash, was mysteriously presented in Chanel's primetime interview. That's how Jax knew about it. Oh, the check that Tony did not cash was mysteriously presented in Chanel's primetime interview. That's how she knew about the check in the first place. Because that's when she said, "Hey, wait, you're pregnant by JT, like it's a fact." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, that's actually not a fact. So we could go back to the investigator and say, how'd you bring all that together? I thought she was a fitness instructor. She said she was doing Pilates to get her body back together again, and then she was sucking on a straw to be like, I'm good with all this. That's when she was flirting with him at JT's party. So no, she didn't have a job. She said, I'm post-divorce. I'm trying to focus on me, my kids, plural, and that kind of thing. That's how she was speaking it. And then that's when Lewis was like, I'm separated, but I don't want to be alone. And her response is, you don't need to be alone. And then the threesome happened. And he was like, that's what I need to be doing. One more time. I say this every episode. I need to know. I want to know the woman that he was actually giving the penis to, the more darker skinned woman in the threesome like this. I want to know, is she pregnant? Where is she at? Because somehow this all became about Tony. I don't even know why. Not that she's that big of a deal. But anyway, so
Tony, I don't think Lewis even mentioned her.
Well, no, but I'm from a writing perspective. I'm just saying, of the people who could be pregnant, the fact that Tony was like, I could be pregnant by JT. We saw him sticking another woman. You know what I'm saying? So it would have made more sense if like that was the woman who's like, oh, I think I'm pregnant by JT. And then because we saw
it. Officially call Lewis Diddy from now on, because that's how he gets his thrills.
It's so silly. Well, that would be JT, I think, in this particular situation.
I'm saying Lewis saw that, and then that's what turned him on. Just like the fingering at the sex party, another man.
He has a thing. He has a thing for that. Anyway, my point. We talked about the counseling. My thing is, even with the impartiality. I thought about you, Jamani, because I was like, that judge was not impartial. Like when Chanel, I think it was Chanel on stage talking about Sally was on stage, was on the stand talking about how the cops started taking selfies with JT when she called her about the glass, which is not a crime. So maybe they're like, we'll just take some pictures while we're here. And she was like, I'm like, you ain't supposed to be shaking your head like judge. Like, you're supposed to be like impartial. Like, clearly you're like, man, that's a damn shame. I was like, what are we doing? What we doing? I'm like, come on. I mean, I'm like, you are clearly going for the defense at this point. I was like, not okay. But it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
Well, that's why people have appeals. So
what's up?
That's why people appeal stuff.
And this was had some actual good legal advisors. Like they probably were like, "Hey, we got a good appeal." Oh, that's the other thing.
But if she's going for the defense, there is no appeal for the prosecution. That's called double jeopardy.
Oh, well, so real quick. For the prosecution, I thought the defense's efforts to prove that not only did Chanel not know about the money, but JT purposely framed her for this illegal money situation so she could potentially go to jail. I felt like they gave the prosecution another potential motive, that she found out that her husband that beat her also was framing her for federal charges and was like, I'm killing this fucker. Like that's a whole other reason she could have killed him. So I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea to give them another motive, to be like, well, as you pointed out, like, you know, like he could have had her going to jail. It's like, oh, that's why she killed him. I don't know. I thought that was kind of like, nobody acknowledged that a little bit. Since they're looking for reasons, whatever. And I still think they're trying to act like they're trying to prove she didn't do it. Like, oh my God, Sally said he should have died. Well, he did die, and she did kill him. Like, none of this is shocking news, right? Like, unless they start saying questions like, did you assist? Again, did you? Because it's 2 hours. Like who helped you clean up this body? Who helped you get ready for the cops and that kind of stuff? So anyway, more Sally stuff will be revealed next episode. Come on, we gotta get to another silly show. Man, I hated that episode. I'm not happy. I actually rather watch Reasonable Doubt this week, and that's saying a lot because you know how much I hate this show and these characters. But at least it made sense. More sense. How about that? It made more sense. But anyway, Jemani, any final words so we can get to From Bill?
There's no reason why the defense should have called Sally. That was like a powder keg just waiting to explode. Like, there's so many questions you could ask about those pictures. Like, were they doctored? Was she wearing makeup? Like, who can authenticate this other than you? Did anybody else see her around this time with the bruises? How did she cover them up? Who covered her up with makeup? What was her schedule thereafter these bruises took place that can authenticate other than these particular pictures that were taken? Like, there's a million questions that could disprove what Sally is saying. Like, and none of it, like, I really just can't give kudos, like you were saying, to Lucy. Like, there was just a lot of loose ends that a good lawyer would come in and just obliterate. Yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen in these next 2 episodes. Hopefully it just goes by quick, and I don't even know if I'm still supposed to care or supposed to be guessing or what. I'm like, there's no, for last thing, there's no way in the world, because they showed all this stuff happening at night, right? And they go from scene to scene to scene. And Chanel is just hanging outside the bars. I need to make a phone call. It's lights out.
Yeah.
The guard's just gonna, all right, you come out your cell and just make a phone call.
Yeah. And real quick, but to this point, Baker, the character Baker, I'm sorry she killed herself. I don't know who she is. I don't know why she was in jail in the first place. She could have been charged with killing kids. I don't fucking know. And it's like, oh my God, she killed herself. Who is she, and why am I supposed to give a fuck? Like, they didn't even establish a friendship between these two characters. Like, oh, this is the one giving her words of encouragement. Like, girl, you're gonna be okay. Like, you're doing this for us or something. Who is she? Like, why is this happening? Why?
Can I channel Chris for a minute? Like what he used to say about COVID. I'll just say writer strike.
Damn it, Jemani. Actor strike. She couldn't be in the episodes. So they're like, oh, fuck it. She's just dead already. Off camera. Completely off camera. She bled out. Like, that should be an investigation. Her whole body blood was all over that. Like, it was pools of it. I'm like, what did she do? I thought she hung herself. They're mopping that shit up like she cut her own throat. I'm like, 8 months? You couldn't go 8 more months? What are you in jail for in the first? Like, none of this is explained. None of it. But anyway, Chanel's like,
mind you, it's jail, not prison.
I was like, this is not even real prison. Like, you're just waiting for your trial. Like, what were you on trial for? Tasha's time in jail made more sense. Damn it. Anyway, we're getting off track. Anything else, Jemani?
Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in about 5.
There you go. Boop. All right. Short and sweet. Kim, my friend, please.
Thank you so much, Chad. We truly appreciate you joining the conversation. We're trying to reach 500 views per video. So if you share the video with anyone and everyone, and we'll be able to reach that goal. We also are trying to reach 2,500 subscribers by December 15th. So if you share the video, we'll also reach that other goal. Please hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, please, and please share the video. Again, thank you very much, Chad. We can't do it without you, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes with From. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Kim. Kim did it best. I think Chanel will marry Adrian. That would be hilarious. As soon as she gets out of jail, the last episode will be her going free, Natasha going to jail, and she's marrying Adrian. Hilarious. Maybe she was murdered. That would be a good, interesting story. I don't know, Marcus. Let's see what happens in these last few episodes. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Enjoy this exit provided you by Jamani. He did a great job, and we will see you in Fromville. And yeah, I don't know why this is happening, but we'll figure it out. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching people in the chat.
I enjoy the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this. Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit,
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
you want to go there?
Oh, shit.
Stacey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
Anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.